Ladies and gentlemen, we have Manish Agarwal here, and Manish has been a student of astrology since quite some time. But a particular text called Jataka Manjusha, which is actually a commentary on Jataka Narayanyam. Jataka Narayanyam is a very hidden text in astrology, and in South, in Andhra Pradesh, it was written few years back, and then a commentary was written. Those who are very serious students of astrology, who have read Jataka Narayanyam, understand the greatness of Jataka Narayanyam. It is said that the king of Andhra Pradesh was so happy with this text that the author was kept on a scale. Libra, the scale is there. The author was kept on one side of the scale, and equal to his weight, he was weighed in gold. Gold was kept on the other side. So that was the greatness of that book. It's not an easy book to understand. And a very huge commentary on Jatak Narayanyam, unfortunately, is not available. In my time, it was available as photocopies. Okay, now that also probably is not available. So we have Manish who's been studying this commentary on Jatak Narayanyam, but Jatak written in the name as Jataka Manjusha. And he's written articles for it on Saptarishis Astrology magazine. Manish, all yours now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your introduction. Today, I'll discuss Marana Karaka Sthaana, a concept from Gemini astrology. And I would like to take your permission for the same. And can I share my screen? I pray to Lord Ganesha before starting the lecture. See, Marana Karaka Sthaana is a concept in astrology, especially in Gemini astrology, where a planet is said to be in uncomfortable situation, in a situation like where planet is not comfortable. When we say planet is like in dying situation, can planet die? It's a subject of debate, matter of debate, but karakatwas of planet do get affected in that particular horoscope. When planet is not in a comfortable situation as per their karakatva. This is a illustration of a zodiac horoscope in which I have given the position in which a planet will be in a Marana Karaka Sthaana, not, or we can say planet will be not in a comfortable situation. And since planet is not in a comfortable situation, planet will not be able to give us the desired result. Few of the karakatwas of the planet will get impacted. Why? We go planet by planet and we start with the sun. Sun is the karakatva of Lagna. Sun is the karakatva of Dharma. And we know sun get debilitated in Libra, which is a sign of Venus. And that Venus get exalted in Pisces, 12th house of natural zodiac. 12th house also represent house of sleep, house of sex. And 12th house also represents house of ill health. So sun, which is a planet of good health, being the karakatva, having the karakatva first house, Sun, which is a planet of which represent our soul, Atma, Dharma, gets uncomfortable in the 12th house, because 12th house represents sleep and first house represent our body. Sun also and 12th house also represents illness. 12th house also represents bedroom pleasures. So sun is not comfortable in the 12th house. Karakatwas of sun get hampered in the 12th house. Also, sun is a king. When we say sun is a king, he will not like to give up all his assets and kingdom. So when sun is in the 12th house, we can see people do get impact of bad sun in their horoscope. Even if that sun is exalted, it will be not very good. It will not give him or her a very good result. This I have seen in many charts, and now see, being the son Karakatva father, native may not get full support from the father. Health may get impacted, or native may go in the path of adharma. So these are the result of sun being in the Marana Karaka Sthaana. Next planet is moon. Moon is our mind. We never like mana. We don't like transformation. We don't want to think about the death. So when a planet like moon goes into the house of death and transformation, it feels uncomfortable. Moon also wants us to place with long dirghai. And in the house of death, moon is not comfortable, being the mother. So again, the karakatwas of moon get impacted. And how it actually impact the native. Native will not like to take the go through the transformation. It may impact his well-being, his growth. Native will like to play safe. Native will get hesitated. Is native will in today's life we need to take a lot of risk. Native will be risk averse. So these are the few things which I have seen, depending upon chart to chart, how the native moon rules in a particular chart. Native will see the bad impact of Marana Karaka Sthaana of moon. Till now, anyone has any doubt? Or can I go ahead? Okay. Now, Mars. Mars is a planet of courage. Mars is a planet of celibacy. Yes. If you look at pure Martian energy like Hanumana, Mars is a planet of celibacy and courage. Mars is a fighter. And if I ask a military man to propose a beautiful girl in the battlefield, he will not feel comfortable. So when Mars is in the 7th house, no, I have seen people do get impacted in their personal life, marriage life, and even other things, other karakas of Mars get impacted when Mars is not in a good position, especially in the 7th house. Mercury is a kid, and we cannot ask a kid to sit in a room, in a classroom throughout a day. Kids will not feel comfortable. The moment closing bells of school get ring, they feel happy. So when Mercury is in the 4th house, which is house of discipline, house of primary school, Mercury does not feel good. Being an immature child, Mercury is also not comfortable in the house of marriage. When when we talk about Jupiter represents the intelligence. Jupiter is a planet of spiritual practices. He is like a priest or pandit. When Jupiter goes into the 3rd house of courage. Natural zodiac of the third house represents Mithuna, which is copulation. So Jupiter feel uncomfortable in the third house of courage because he is a priest. He is a person holding a book in one hand. So he cannot fight or do courageous activities, and Karakas of Jupiter get impacted in the horoscope. I have seen a chart where a lady had exalted Jupiter, but in the third house. But she was, and even though she had kids, she could not enjoy the, what to say, she was not able to live with her kid. So even though Jupiter was exalted, it impacted Karakas of Jupiter in the third house. Venus is a planet of luxury, comfort, sex. In the sixth house is the house of service, celibacy. Venus does not feel comfortable. It is opposite to the 12th house where Venus get exalted. Also, in the natural zodiac, sixth house represent Virgo, which is the sign of virginity, purity. So Venus is not comfortable in the sixth house. Now come to the Saturn. Saturn is a planet which is opposite to the intelligence, represents ill health, misery. When it is placed in the first house, it's not in sync with its nature. First house, Karakatvas are ruled by Sun and Jupiter. So Saturn feel like in a dying situation where he is the in one place he has the Karakatvas of ill health, lethargy. Being in the first house, Saturn has to be active. So Saturn feel like dying, and with Saturn in the first house, I have seen, when I have Saturn in the first house, I have seen that people get impacted in 10th house, and in their work, they are not able to manage their work-life balance. They will feel pressurized throughout the day. Now come to the Rahu. Rahu is in the ninth. Why Rahu is in MKS in 9th house? 9th house is ruled by Jupiter. 9th house is the house of our Purya Punya. 9th house is the house of religious activity, Tirtha Sthaana. When Rahu, planet like Rahu, who has the Karakatvas, we can say, of cheating, misdeed, when they are placed in the 9th house, Rahu feel uncomfortable because Karakatvas of Jupiter get impacted in the 9th house. Jupiter gets angry with the native when Rahu is placed in the 9th house. It is opposite to the nature of Jupiter, and it create a kind of confusion in the mind of native, whether to go on the path of dharma or adharma. So again, Jupiter in the Rahu in the 9th house creates uncomfortable situation for the native. Ketu, the last planet. Again, Ketu is a planet who has the Karakatvas of moksha. Ketu is planet who does not like to belongs to anything. He wants to freely roam like a sadhu, and when he has the responsibility to build a house, to manage the family, it feels uncomfortable because Ketu, it's like a hermit. So when Ketu is placed in the 4th house, especially in the chart of females, I have seen they don't get comfortable in their in-laws house. So it again creates a kind of disharmony in the life of native. This I've seen in many charts. If anyone has any doubt on this, they can let me know. Thank you.
हेलो सर।
यस यस किरणप्रीत जी, आप बोलिए। किरणप्रीत जी
हेलो।
हैं?
हाँ।
हेलो। हाँ जी, हेलो हेलो।
हेलो सर, माय नेम इज अजीत।
यस अजीत जी, बोलिए।
सर, आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन सर।
यस सर।
Sir, the 9 planets, there are Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn in the first house, Jupiter, third house, Ketu, Mercury, fourth house, Mars,
Yes.
Mercury, seventh house, Venus, etc. Sir, I want to say that Marana Karaka Sthaana, does it mean that the planet is going to death or vanishing from sight or existence?
No, it means few karakas of planet will get impacted.
Okay,
See,
sir.
planet is not in comfortable situation, so its few karakatwas will get impacted.
That means when suppose a native Mercury is in the fourth house, that means it is in
Yes.
Marana Karaka Sthaana. Okay.
Yes.
That means which Karaka is going to die or Karaka is going to vanish. That means either his mother or his education. Particularly, I want to know the pinpoint of the Mercury is going to die,
if
or
you want
yes.
to pinpoint, we need to see natal chart, because in each chart Mercury will hold different position, right?
Yes.
Second thing is that Mercury, if in the Mercury is there in the fourth house, most
Yes.
of the time what I have seen, primary education gets impacted, not higher education. Why? Because fourth house represents the primary education, right? So in the primary education, there can be different scenario. Father might be having a job, government job, in which he has to switch his location quickly, frequently, like every 2 years. Father can be in army, or native's mother is working and he is not able to get the full affection of the mother. So there can be a different scenarios. But few of the karakatwas will certainly get impacted if Mercury is there in the fourth house.
If Mercury is conjunct with some other planet, like Mercury is conjunct with Venus, then the Karaka, then it will affect the Mercury position. The Venus will create some problem or not.
Venus is there in the fourth house, result will get impacted, because Venus feel good in the fourth house, right? So it will give some comfort on few of the karakatwas, but it will again depend on chart to chart. Let's say if chart is of Cancer Lagna, in the Cancer Lagna, Venus in the fourth house will not help a native much, because Venus, here Venus will also get impact of Kendradipati dosa. So it again depend on individual natal chart. Though this lecture is limited to the D1, we need to see other divisional chart as well, in which the planet is in the Marana Karaka Sthaana, especially D9. So, but if I say only on the basis of D1, it will impact few of the karakatwas.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I have a okay.
Sir, give some examples so one can understand.
Sir, do we have Sri Ram's chart? Sorry, I don't have right now in my
I'll share Sri Ram's chart. Give me a second.
Excuse me, sir. Myself Bharat Bansal. Sir, I want to.
Yes.
Sir,
Hello.
Yes, Bharatji. Please go ahead.
Here we are discussing the positions of the planet.
Yes, sir.
Here, can we correlate any sign, particularly if Saturn in first house, then any signs roles are also important there? Only we are considering the placement of planet in that particular house
See,
only.
right now our focus is on the house. Even if
Okay.
planet is exalted, it will have some problem. So, the concept which I'm going to talk, this is not in the scope of this lecture. But when planet get exalted, they gets the blessing of a particular avatara of Vishnu. So they do get some respite, but it is going to impact. And if we see right now, just a minute. I hope everyone is able to see Sriram's horoscope, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
In the
Yes,
Sriram's
sir. Yes,
horoscope, if you see, Mars is there in the Marana Karaka Sthaana. Mars is there in the 7th house. So, in Sriram's life, if you see two things, one is Lord Hanumana. We can say for Sriram, Mars also represents Lord Hanumana and Mata Sita. Even though Mars is exalted, both of them got impacted. Sriram's married life, first he got a Vanvasa 14 years. Ravan ने सीता हरण किया. Ravan kidnapped Mata Sita. Even after returning to Lord Ayodhya, as per the Uttar Ramayana, which is a bit controversial again, Bhagwan Ram ne Mata Sita ko again given exile. And Lord Hanumana also forgotten his power due to Srapa of rishis. And he got the power at the time of Ram Ravana Yudh, when Jamwant ji reminded him of his power. So even though Mars is exalted, we can see the impact of Marana Karaka Sthaana of Mars in Lord Sri Rama's house horoscope. I can share one more horoscope. It's just a minute. Give me a time. Just a second. Saturn is exalted. All of you can see. Okay. Despite Saturn being exalted, Saturn represents 4th house and 5th house. I know because this chart belongs to me only. Many Karakatas of 4th house got impacted. My primary and also in my daily life, no. I'm in a kind of job where I have to work for long hours. So, and I have to be in stress. I get into stress. It's not like that I have to be in stress, but I frequently get into the situation of stress. So even though Saturn is exalted in the 1st house and a yogi planet, but I do feel that Karakatwas of Saturn gets impacted. Saturn is conjunct with Jupiter, so I do also get some respite, but it impacts. Hello, I request people to be on mute if they are not speaking. Any other questions, sir? Anyone?
Few people have raised hands. I can see Vrishali and Kiran.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Sir, I just have one question. Why Mercury is in Marana Karaka Sthaana for 7th house of business?
See, in 7th house,
Kindly unmute yourself.
7th house is the house of marriage, right? We treat Mercury as a kid, and a kid will not be in a comfortable situation if we marry him in the childhood, right? So that is the reason. And also few people consider Mercury as unknown planet, so important planet. So again, Mercury will not be in a good situation in the house of marriage.
But if we consider 7th house as house of business, then Mercury can give good results in terms of business. We can say that.
See, we can definitely see whenever Mercury is there in the 7th house, right? It's few of the Karakatvas will get impacted. Not necessarily every Karakatva will get impacted. And when we talk about business, we also need to see a 10th house, right? And what kind of lordship Mercury has in the horoscope. But if Mercury is there in the 7th house, it can create some problem, especially in the marriage life.
And what about the planet in Marana Karaka Sthaana but retrograde?
See, again, retrogression is in itself a vast chapter, because houses do get changed, but then also we can see a few of the significations get impacted, because again in the retrogression, no, there are different cycles when planets goes into the retrogression or coming back from the retrogression. So it's a huge topic. I will not be able to take this thing in detail, but I can say few of the Karakatvas again will get impacted.
Thank you.
Last question we'll take. Yashraj is waiting, and we are already
Yes.
delayed in our this thing. Kiran, please, your raise hand. Kindly unmute yourself.
Okay, Hare Ram Krishna, sir. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Boliye.
Hello. Okay, so my question is, can we apply this concept to D9 and D10 chart? And also, do we consider aspects as well?
See, not aspects, but certainly
Okay.
we can apply this concept in D9 and D10.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Manish. I think we've covered most of the questions. Thank you so
sir.
much.
Thank
I
you,
hope
sir.
people
Thank you, everyone.
enjoyed this lecture. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
One second. Yes, Marana Karaka Sthaana. Nitesh, hello. Why I wanted Marana Karaka Sthaana to be taught is somewhere 30 more